What's going on, everybody? I took the night off. It's New York time around 6 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up and just started going over news, and I just came across something here. The New York Post calling the apes a cult, and the article is AMC stock pushers are another example of social media scariness. Now, oh no, this is Charles Gasparano, of course. Here's the interesting thing about this article. It talks about the stock has crashed. If you would have taken my advice, the whole thing. The funny thing about that article is that the the way they portray it is that a bunch of idiots got together on social media and lost money. And the reality was, they doesn't explain the fact that the company partnered up with a bunch of heavy hitters on Wall Street to dilute the stock while retail shareholders were holding it against votes, and there was obviously massive corruption. And the fact that the brokers that dealt with retail basically conspired against retail in order to make the stock, let's just put it this way, lucrative for them and damaging for us. Was it revenge for GameStop? I don't know. At the end of the day, I just look at it as a greedy Democrat operation. And you heard that correct. It's funny though, when you read the article, and you get to this point where, you know, it talks about, CEO Adam, not exactly a short seller, recently explained AMC situation in a call with analysts. Business is getting better. In October, they're crushing in pre-sales, but he said that he can't raise money by selling more stock. Chapter 11 is almost inevitable. He recently beat back ape-inspired lawsuit challenging his dilution plan because they believe AMC is doing just fine and doesn't need money, which was the truth. It does, of course, and the coming dilution is why AMC, for now, maybe for the foreseeable future, is still in business, even as the stock is battered and bruised. That's not the case. Check this one out. Some of the apes are still holding on to dear life in the, basically, for lack of a word, cult, and still attacking those who see as backing the evil hedge funds. That's scary. Not really. You got hedge funds doing a lot of things across America that are predatory, which is not what hedge funds were for. Hedge funds were boring in the old days. Now hedge funds are predatory. They're going after everything. They're buying every single house they can, converting it into high price rents, making people having to make a decision. Do I pay a rent to have a roof over my house, or do I eat? Um, and then that article doesn't put the fact that AMC was on the threshold list for 36, 37 days with no resolution, and the CEO didn't step in. It didn't talk about the fact that that was hardcore proof of naked short selling. Nobody talked about the fact that there was tokenized AMC out there with FTX, another Democrat operation. Nobody talked about the fact that there was AMC synthetic shares in a city account in Brazil held off the books. Nobody talked about any of this stuff, or the fact that ape was created, and honestly, they could never prove the vote. See, when you see things like that, you start seeing the backside of the AMC cleanup operation starting to take place, which is the media. I mean, look at the New York Post. Who's it owned by? That's owned by Rupert Murdoch and his family. Dow Jones. Me and those motherfuckers are gonna have a showdown one day, but that's a different story. When it comes, whew, you better get ready, one percenters. This Puerto Rican is gonna shake you motherfuckers down to your knees. Um, But you take a look at this, and it's just like the second phase of the cleanup operation is here, which is the media cover up. Somehow or another, like I said, they were going to blame us. And that's what they're doing now. AMC didn't need to do this. That's why my thing is weird thing about calling me an ape, because that's not what I was. I mean, what are you going to say? I didn't work in this world? I didn't. I mean, come on, give me a break. I could easily tell you this company did not need to do any of this. They could have gotten their dilution with money through stock offerings in the future. They could have continued. They could have done amazing things. But please understand, those hit pieces on us, they're going to continue coming. See, here's one of the great things about XRP, XLM, and XDC. The media, the Wall Street paid for media, they don't control it. They don't control it because it ain't Wall Street. They're all going to lose. And the people that join me in X-Force, oh, we're going to win. Remember, at the end of the day, it was their Wall Street, it was their AMC, it was their plan, it was their regulators, it was their everything. Dirty motherfuckers. I believe in karma. I really do. I really do. At the end of the day, I'm gonna wrap up AMC. I still believe there's a run coming, because let's face it, the shares, Popcorn's new shares haven't hit the street. There's no way of knowing how many shares are gonna hit the street. And I think that the brokers still need a lot of shares to cover up what they did. They could carry that stuff on their books to a certain point, but to a certain point, okay? And then the reality hits that they have to cover a good amount. And you've been seeing that like getting closer and closer. Yeah, we did the reverse split. We got less shares. Same dollar amount. Yeah, we got rid of APE. You may be upset about that, but the reality is now they can't use APE to go long on AMC. Yeah, they put settlement shares out there. Yeah, to us. But the end goal was that dilution. And that dilution is not enough to cover everything. They'll still do the trickery, the fuckery. They'll still do all those things. The naked shorting, and they're just going to create a bigger mess. There's a market catastrophe coming in October. When that catastrophe happens, and it's basically kicking off in October, there's just no way around it. When that thing kicks off, I want to see how they continue to hold this on their books, because Bernie, what took Bernie down wasn't his clients, wasn't his mathematics, his scheming, his organizing, nothing. What took it down is the market started to go down. People got nervous, wanted their money, positions, people wanted to close out their position in the market, and then Shazam, the lie was exposed. Let that interest rate go up one more point. Let the market start crashing. I want to see if these brokers can hold on to this lie. Unbelievable. Jai House.